I am Zeynal Bakhayala, ninth grade student of school numeral 285, Surakhani district, Baku. The Great Patriotic War waged by Azerbaijan to liberate the lands occupied by Armenia has been written in the world military history for several reasons. One of the reasons for this is the skillful and skillful use of the most modern technologies in combat, especially drones. Another reason is the accurate and professional preparation of military tactics used by Azerbaijan in the war. Finally, the unprecedented operation carried out by our victorious army to liberate the cultural capital of Azerbaijan, Shusha, is one of the operations that will go down in the world military history. For the first time, foreign media began to report on the details of the operation to liberate Shusha. The materials of those media outlets, which published the statements of the Armenian servicemen expelled from the city, stated that the Azerbaijani servicemen did not go to Shusha by road, but by steep rocks and light weapons, and took their martyred and wounded friends with them. Later, the Russian press reported that Shusha was actually liberated as a result of hand-to-hand fighting. President Ilham Aliyev, who left for Aghdam 2 days before the liberation, also spoke about the Shusha operation. We were strengthening the combat potential of our army, because it was clear that victory could not be won by weapons alone. He is a soldier and an officer who raises the flag, sticks the flag to the enemy's position, sticks it to the liberated lands. Our soldiers and officers fought like lions. We gave martyrs. May God have mercy on all our martyrs. May God grant their parents patience. We have wounded servicemen and they are recovering. Many of them have already recovered. May God heal them. We have won at the expense of our heroic soldiers and officers. Only the operation to liberate Shusha from occupation will, I am sure, remain in history forever. We almost destroyed the enemy in a hand-to-hand battle, crossing ravines, forests and mountains with light weapons, and liberated Shusha, the crown of Karabakh. Gazalik Mamadov shared on social networks how he captured Shusha. We flew to Shusha with wings. After 14 hours of reconnaissance in half a meter of snow, 400 people had to climb that mountain. We were going to fight with knives and pistols. Alik Mamadov writes that everyone knew what awaited the Azerbaijani soldier. We received information that 500 Armenians were on the incoming side. The smallest number were on this side, and in other positions the number of heavy artillery and manpower was at least 3 times greater than here, because they thought we would attack from there, from the roads. They didn't think we would enter the battle without artillery, climb the cliffs that no one could have imagined. Not only them, no one would have thought that we were going to take Shah with a knife. We could have been destroyed if our General Hikmet Mirzayev did not have the right combat mission and the right coordinates. But everything was measured with the precision of a javelin. We climbed the rocks and fought hand to hand. I can't say for sure. I stabbed about 40 Armenians at the moment of the attack. The panic between them was calculated by such a general, and as soon as the panic broke out, each of us dispersed in groups in opposite directions. Armenians were already firing at them with excitement and fear. They didn't even believe in their soldiers. The approaching Armenian was hurting the Armenian, because even in their uniform we could be. The Battle of Şuşa showed them our greatness, strength, and fearlessness of our soldiers. They provided Şuşa with enough weapons and manpower to defend it for a year. Şuşa was taken in a few hours at the cost of the blood of our martyrs, their manhood and fearlessness. There are many factors that lead to our victory in the Great Patriotic War. The Supreme Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, Mr. İlham Aliyev, is at the forefront of these factors. In this war, Mr. President proved to be a skilled commander. We see these as participants and observers of this victory. All the people of Azerbaijan have an important role in the victory of our country. The people united closely around the Supreme Commander-in-Chief and clenched their fists. Of course, the wartime masterpiece operation was carried out in Şuşa. It was this operation that stopped the enemy in the heart, causing him to fall to his knees. I think that the exact price of the Şuşa operation will be given later. The servicemen who skillfully carried out the combat mission set by the Supreme Commander-in-Chief played an important role in making the Şuşa operation a great victory. The special forces, as well as the forces supporting them, were able to fully fulfill the task. Şuşa is one of the highest points of the occupied territories of Azerbaijan, perhaps the first. The operation to realize him is also the culmination of our great patriotic war. If before the Battle of Şuşa, the victories of our army were connected with the use of advanced technologies and means of warfare, the battle for the city showed that our servicemen also have a high combat capability. After that, no one claims that Azerbaijan was battles at the expense of drones. Şuşa is a place that could not be liberated with 5-10 days of preparation. It took years of preparation. Under the control of the Supreme Commander-in-Chief, the Azerbaijani army had undergone this training and had the ability to fight in any complex terrain and weather conditions. The nature of the Şuşa operation was such that no mistake could be made there. The operation had to be prepared down to the smallest details with the highest accuracy on the basis of accurate intelligence and with their highest professionalism. The operation involved such a stuff that no small mistake was made in its implementation. One of the goals of the Şuşa operation was to prevent the destruction of the city. This goal was achieved. Şuşa was liberated almost without destruction. Our soldiers climbed the steep cliffs, captured the enemy in an unexpected place, defeated him in a short distance, hand-to-hand battle, and infiltrated. Then they advanced into the city, which caused the enemy to panic and lose control. Thus, the enemy was completely expelled from Şuşa. While the advances of the Azerbaijani army in the south were liberated as a result of professional use of advanced technologies and proper planning by the leadership, in Şuşa the factor of personal professionalism of the staff was added. In general, the patriotic war of Azerbaijan laid the foundation for a completely new page in the history of modern warfare. The Battle of Şuşa, which is at the peak of operations, will be filmed in the future, investigated at various levels, and dozens of works will be written about it. Song Mübarek, performed by Zeynalova Khayla in honor of the victorious army of Azerbaijan and the victory of Azerbaijan. Thank you in advance for listening.
Azərbaycan azadlıq sənə necə yaraşır, sənə necə yaraşır. Nəğmə deyir Güləraz, göy Xəzər coşub daşır, göy Xəzər yaraşır